Wazzup.ph, have you ever wondered having a foldable phone with widescreen? What did I mean by wide? As in something like this? This phone really gives me the high-end feels of a gadget, from how it builds to how it looks like. You know that it really is a flagship phone. However, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 design is not quite a surprise for me since nakita na natin ang ganitong designs sa mga previous Fold from Samsung, specifically the Samsung Fold 3. But one thing I like about the phones of Samsung is that they make sure that they build durable and foldable phone. That is why, from my experience while handling it, I don't see any problems when it comes to its durability. You will really feel how well built and strong the phone is. To be specific, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 weighs 260 grams and 14.2 to 15.8 millimeters thickness with Corning Gorilla Glass Victus Plus. With this kind of build, talagang hindi ako natakot hawakan tong phone, especially this phone has flattened aluminum frame which gives me comfortability when handling it. Now, let's move on to its display. What I really like on this phone is its ergonomics. When fold, the size of the phone is 6.2 inches, which gives me the feels of a normal-sized phone. Compared to Fold 3, the Samsung Fold 4 has thinner bezels that gives me more of a dynamic view since it has an aspect ratio of 23:9. Now, when folded, the display becomes 7.2 inches AMOLED display with an aspect ratio of 5:6. Which makes me feel like I am holding a mini tablet. The phone has 120Hz refresh rate, kaya sobrang smooth talaga ang paggamit ko rito when it comes to productivity works. Now the crease. The crease here in Samsung Fold 4 is still visible, pero the viewing display becomes better depending on your angle. Minsan hindi ko na nga siya napapansin yung crease because of my viewing angle, but most of the time, it is visible. Though, hindi na siya ganun ka-big deals for me since nasanay na ako sa ganitong design. This phone is IPX8 water resistance, kaya kayang-kaya nito i-handle ang pagbaksak-baksak na ambon. But remember na it is not dust resistant, kaya it is advisable na ilayo ito sa mga dusty places katulad na lamang ng beach. But of course, you can capture a good photos of the waves in the sea, since one of the highlights of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 is its camera. This phone has 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera, 50 megapixel wide camera, and 10 megapixel telephoto lens that can be zoomed to 3 times optical and up to 30 times digital zoom. This camera produces high-quality photos, especially in daylight. One of the prominent things na napansin ko lang while taking photos is that it produces a vivid colors, lalo na kung gagamitin natin ang HDR mode or the detail enhanced neto. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 also has 4 megapixel under-display camera. But in terms of quality, it is not impressive. This phone can also shoot 8K resolution with 24 FPS. Not a practical specs, but good enough to be there. Isa sa mga main selling point ng phone na ito ay ang kanyang performance. This phone has the latest processor and has the most powerful chipset na pwede mo makita sa market. This has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 with 12GB of RAM and 256GB internal storage. Flagship na flagship talaga ang performance ng phone na ito. It gives me the best experience when it comes to gaming, multitasking, and heavy usage of the phone. Wala talaga ako naging problema when it comes to lagging since, of course, flagship specs ang meron siya. One of the downsides na nakita ko rito ay there is no card expansion or hindi siya expandable. When it comes to speaker naman, I have no problem at all. Malakas, malinaw, at hindi sabog ang speaker. For your reference, you may check this video. This phone lasts on me for a day since it has 4,400 milliamperes battery capacity. It is quite disappointing nga lang for me since hindi nag-upgrade ang battery niya sa predecessor niya, which is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3. Plus, the charging capability niya is not impressive since it has 25 watts fast charging. I am expecting lang that it would be higher since this is an almost 100K device. If bibili ka naman ng ganitong kamahal na phone, you will always want the best, diba? But in the day-to-day charging, it measures for approximately 1 hour and 20 minutes to fully charge. So I guess it is up to the owner if satisfied pa siya sa ganitong performance when it comes to charging. Pero on my daily usage, it is fair enough naman. Despite of the charging performance, this phone will be useful for those people who uses their devices for work, studies, and for personal usage. Since this phone is for multitaskers talaga because most of the specs and features na meron ng Fold 4 ay fit sa mga taong who has a lot of things to do and want to have an easy access to everything. One of the newest feature that I can highlight to this phone is the Taskbar. It consists of a quick icons and recently opened apps na makikita sa bottom part of the phone. Another highlight of this phone is the multitasking feature. It is very helpful sa mga taong gumagamit ng 2 to 3 different apps in a span of one screen. There are so many ways to split the screen. Either you drag the app in the bottom or in the side using 2 fingers. Of course, hindi perfect ang feature na to. There are some bugs in some other apps because there are times na hindi compatible ang multitasking sa one specific app. Hindi rin lahat ng apps can be able to maximize the display dahil may mga apps na hindi nasasakop ang screen, which is quite uncomfortable. The other thing I noticed sa phone na ito ay ang UDC or the under-display camera. Less visible na siya and well blended to the screen. It is nice na hindi masyadong mababother ang ating mga users. Another thing is the flex mode. When you fold the phone slightly, it will appear in a different apps. Many features will appear in the bottom, like the touchpad and other 4 features. And speaking of folding it, pagdating naman sa camera, may kita mo ang recent photos mo na kinuha, and it is called Camera Display Preview. With its feature, display, build, and quality, this phone is really a great device to use. But of course, considering its price, hindi lahat ay capable to buy this. That's why this phone is the best for those people who wants a phone and a tablet in one. Maganda ito for content creators to use as their equipment to produce high-quality content because of its multitasking feature. Well, I think this is the most expensive flagship phone and wala pa ako nakikitang masyadong kakompetensya nito. So right now, this is the best foldable phone so far. From the refined designs, sa camera, at sa mga features, Samsung really did an excellent job. In terms of upgrading naman your phone from the old gen of Fold series, I think it is the best na magstay ka muna dahil hindi ito ka-massive ang upgrade. But if you have the older gen like Fold 2, then it might be worth if you upgrade. Overall, I think it is not for everyone dahil sa hefty price nito, and if you are unfamiliar on some tech and usability of a Fold. But if you want to buy a phone that is unique, can be able to multitask, and has a flagship specs, I think this is the best for you. So that's all for my review dito sa Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. If you have questions, you can type it on the comment section and we'll try our best to answer it. I am Clean Honor 4K from Wazzup.ph. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button. Thank you!